Hello guys, welcome to the Feroz Moto channel. Today we are driving a Z4, I believe E85?
E85
3.0, which has the M54 engine. So this is a naturally aspirated 3.0 engine. I've heard really good things on these cars' reliability and pretty stout power for the package. So we're gonna take it easy on these nice back roads and I'll give you guys some opinions and thoughts about what I think. So stay tuned. Oh yeah.
It's got all seasons, just like normal ass street pads.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can smell the pads,
brakes,
but,
the pads. Yeah. So I am thinking of getting something small, either like a Miata or Z3, Z4. So this is an awesome experience for me to see what this car is all about. Already, I want to say the ergonomics of it fit me very well. I am of manlet stature, which is around 5'6", 5'7", and we'll just see how she does on these roads. Damn. So we are not going to be doing that, and we're just going to enjoy the drive and see how she does. So immediately, as we know, this is a naturally aspirated car, so we have all that immediate response versus what I've been driving with these torquey and turbo laggy motors. As much as the S58 and S55 like to hide it, it's still there. So little downshift here and take the turns. So immediately I noticed that the weight of this car is way lower than what I have in my behemoth of an M3. It feels very nimble on its feet just taking these turns as we're transitioning the weight as it goes. Doesn't feel super roly-poly, which is nice. And yeah, we're just gonna keep going and see how she does. Anything done to this car specifically, modification-wise?
No, full stock.
Full stock, yeah. The throttle response feels really good. Rev matches are easy to do. And we'll just start pushing her gently in the paces. I'm just gonna get used to the brake pedal here a little bit because I don't know how much he's got. And I'll watch out for the biker here. Okay, and we'll see if she does. Like a little go-kart. Yeah, so nice surgy power as you get to the top. Definitely not feeling like you could rip it into VTEC or anything. But does this motor have like variable timing and stuff like that?
Yeah, it has Vanos. It has
nice.
Vanos. But yeah, it's just that nice smooth power buildup.
Nice. It's definitely got enough pick up and go. We're not gonna have that Miata problem of wanting to be surging with power and power. Right now we do have the AC on, so it's probably stealing a little bit of performance, but overall, I'm very happy with this chassis. Feels like we're sitting on the rear axle, which is nice and indicative of the information it's telling us. So as we go through these turns and S's, it's very, very communicative. I'm just gonna roll in here because I don't trust my downshifting ability. My car has rev match, which makes it so easy. I don't have to do half the work, but overall, I'm liking this package. So I'm just gonna shut up now and just let the car do some driving. We're joking about the brakes. Yeah, I mean, they're there, but you gotta give some love into that pedal. So used to the touchy M brakes. Stay in third. Woo-hoo. I love the open top experience. It's just like, I mean, it's not a motorcycle, but you get to feel all the elements, all the air, all these leaves flying to my face. It's such an experience. And I know it's not even like summertime or anything, but this perfect autumn temperature is just really selling it for me. And yeah, man, this is very, very enticing. I take this nice and slow. Even though these tires don't have a lot of grip, they do communicate nicely when they're reaching that limit of grip, so it's good to know when to back off. Of course, you just always want to be smooth with throttle input and application. Steering, it is pretty vague, I must say. Almost worse than mine. Feels like pretty simmy and video gamey. It is pretty point and shoot with direction, but it's yeah, not a lot of communication going into it. So I wish I'd get a little bit more while it weights up in the turns, but that's just not the case. But this NA power, man, it just feels so right. Even though it's not ripping our face off with like 500 horsepower on the modern cars, it just gets that, it just itches that itch in your brain that just, it can't be fixed with all these turbo cars that are so muffled and suppressed with modern standards. So it's very, very fun, very, very enticing. I feel already very comfortable driving this thing, and yeah, I see it's being a great contender for a future car. Some more supportive seats would definitely help, but I know this is meant to be a cruiser, not a all-out track ripper. That bump there gets a lot of people. Suspension's very soft. I guess some people say it's whimsical. You can feel the body rotate and transition as you go into these turns. I'm always used to my car being a lot stiffer, so I'm not feeling all that movement, more of the compression of the tires as it firms up as we're leaning harder into that. I almost just... Okay, we're good. There's my friend Brian. Gotta catch him later and give him a ride in my car, because I know he's been asking for a while. But I'm really liking this thing. There's, I mean, I gotta definitely try a Miata to see the main difference. I know this is, I want to say not insignificantly heavier than the other car, but the mantra and ethos of this vehicle definitely shares the same thing of just prime roadster motoring. But I gotta love BMW. It already feels like home. Just the way that these cars are built up from factory, with this being completely stock, it's really nice just how it sets up and takes these turns. Look at that, beautiful. Hope I'm not scaring you too bad, Zach. I'm good. Okay, but yeah, that's about it, guys. So I want to say thank you so much for watching. It's just my 2 cents on this car. So far, I am way more than thrilled with this performance. Only thing, if I were to purchase one, is I'm not sure if you could change the actual rack on these guys to be a bit more responsive or different. I think that might be one of the Z3 mods. But overall...
The problem with these racks, they're actually electric power steering.
Ah, that is why. So this is probably one of the first EPSs
Yes.
BMW worked on, and they probably didn't iron it out, so that makes a lot more sense.
I think what it does is I think it turns off the assist at speed.
I see. Oh, at speed,
right,
yeah.
so
So as you're firming up, it comes and goes and gives a bit more information.
It comes in, yeah, it comes in at low speed parking lot, you know, maneuverability.
Yeah, it makes it much easier. Put more speed and weight into it, it starts to firm up a bit.
Right.
So it's a variable ratio, like EPS unit, or?
No, just it's interesting. The rack, the EPS is not in the rack itself; it's in the column.
Oh wow.
So the rack is just, you know, standard ratio rack. And I don't think, I'd be surprised if they made a different ratio, because in the Z3M, which had the S54 motor, it was hydraulic power steering.
Yeah, and that's what people renowned to be like one of the best peak
Right.
BMWs, that Z4M. So I'm gonna do a quick walk around the car so you guys can see it. She is not a show winner, but she definitely does the dance. So sure, we can pop the hood to see the glorious M54 engine. Legendary, renowned, world-class vehicle. Soft top motoring, it's the way to do it. I'm not a huge fan of the hard tops.
And this is a manual soft top as well. So
oh, manual soft top, nice, like Miata.
seconds,
But
it's
yeah, you can just see where she's sitting directly inside the middle of this motor, or in this engine bay. Sits in a really good spot for that balance, and you can really lean and push this car in those corners. So overall, very impressed, especially for a stock car. And these tires, how many miles does this thing have?
175.
Oh wow, so yeah, for an old girl.
But the suspension is fresh.
Okay, so I was gonna say, the French one was, you know, older and worn out, then maybe we give her some leeway, but I think it's just how it's built. It's super comfortable to ride around, and when you start really pushing it, I wouldn't say it takes itself too seriously, but you could definitely get some performance out of this guy. So overall, very stoked. Just want to say thank you so much for Zach for giving me the opportunity to drive this little magical beast, and we'll see what we'll end up doing in the future. Thank you guys so much. If you like this content, don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. Ryan out.